It's very early in the morning for a league match. Tier 2 Titans against versus here at really early in the morning. Yeah.
So today, like my fellow caster said, it is Titans versus, and that's a real tongue twister to say. Now that I say it out loud, oh, this is gonna be a hell of a day. I am me, obviously. You know me. You hate me. You love me. Who knows? Insanity Coma, or Drake,
Dog.
or Spooky.
I'm A. I don't know if you guys know me. You probably don't, but I casted one game like a couple of days ago. I don't remember. Don't really give a shit, but I'm a
Jeez, straight
mod
up. Why
for
not?
I'm a mod for Subzero. So yeah, what's up?
All right. I'm just making sure everything
A
is
lot of
ready.
Discord notifications.
Yes, my Discord notifications are loud. I'm just going to quickly have that turned down. Refresh stream while we're ready. Alright, we got ready checks from both teams. I'm going to need you to check the Discord chat a lot more than I will be able to.
It's just Ola versus saying ready, not Titans. Oh wait, Titans said that they're ready.
Titan said ready? Alright. That means game is a go. Right now. Now
arriving at Midang Tower.
Alright. Starting on Legion. Legion
Alright.
here. I wonder what comps are gonna run here, because this is box bitch is what I like to call it, but it's actually called Night Market. I'm looking to see the Metro TP comp come out here from the side of both teams, because that is fairly common comp. But neither of them are running it. Okay. Poggers.
Trying to make a good call and everything just falls apart. Tries to make the best prediction and then everything just falls apart. Sounds like me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Here we
now,
go.
this map in particular is very geometrically balanced with many boop off points and a lot of different areas for widows, as well as high ground, low ground, and lots of walls for cover.
Titans coming out with this Ryan Zarya comp on the Honor Mercy Pharmacy for that high damage with that little bit of that flank from the Tracy here. However, Versus has a different answer to that with a double shield.
Ooh, gets taken out immediately.
Skyrat coming in with another pick. Versus slowly falling apart here as their Baptiste goes down. Them just cleaning up the little tiny kills right now as Ali tries her best to stall her Froggy hard out.
Froggy jumps off the map and that's a quick reset.
Taking this first point here is really good coming from Titans.
Oh no, I don't know if it's just for me, but I think you're a little bit quiet there, mate.
When I'm tired, I become quieter, but I'm like, taking this first point is really beautiful, however, Titans taking this really aggressive turn against his double shield poke comp. But they are really close to shatter here, coming out with a pulse here, sticking the risks of getting no value. Skyrock coming in with a two-man barrage, that is absolutely massive picks. However, Joshua with the two picks from the left side.
Gets shut down as Yumedo goes around and starts bullying the backlines. Ali coming in the Frogger. The Pogger Frogger. Yeah, now we're just taking a quick look. They use barrier or Ant Matrix here, but Quicksilver just swinging in, just getting all those picks, smacking everyone.
That is a team fight.
As everyone's dead.
However, versus kind of a little iffy on the double shield here, as they know that Ryan Zarya does counter double shield, because double shield is a stationary poke comp. However, they are coming in with 5 ults here, with Sigma Flux, Orisa Bongo, EP. Oh, switching off of the Orisa, losing Bongo to Reinhardt. However, Skyrat does get an early pick on the Joshua here. Them probably not being able to touch. As they took time to switch it.
They've got a maximum of 6 seconds now before point gets stuck, but that is a massive stick in grab. And that is just Quicksilver, Paleon, and Yumito taking everything into their own hands.
Yep. First round goes the Titans here. I think that Versus took too long to switch off their comp, because Titans just rolled over them with that Ryan Zarya comp, and then now switching to the Ryan Zarya McCree here. Lucio Bap is really like it kind of was needed last round. Like they just kept getting run over, and because they had ults, they didn't switch. Even though it's the severity of the round matters more than your ult. However, both teams running out on the Ryan Zarya here, coming out with this Reaper Junkrat from Titans and this McCree mate versus with different support comps, both running a Moira, but however they do run on Mercy, differentiating from both sides.
We see the Rhines just going at it as Kree falls to the Skyrat. Ooh, that's not very Skyrat. Skyrat with a 3k though. Just, you know what? That's not very Skyrat. I'm pretty sure that's a ground rat, but who knows anymore? Who knows anymore? I'm never really sure with this one. All I know is that was some very well placed Junkrat play, and now they get this strong hold.
Back onto the double shield they go. With that Baptiste to keep the life with immortality on this one.
But that's that immortality gone, and that Reaper's still behind, causing a lot of havoc.
Huge Shadow getting 3 here. That's an absolutely massive Shadow. However, then he tries to spot that the Moira getting out with the lead. With a sliver of her HP left. That was a pretty good Shadow, honestly, from Quicksilver.
Now, looking at this, I'm seeing quite a lot of ultimates for the side of Titans, a lot of impacting ones, whereas Versus doesn't really have those impactful ults. Like now they're slowly starting to build them up, but they didn't have it at the start.
With that kill on Joshua as he tried the flank tire coming out, getting 3. That's absolutely massive coming from Skyrai here on the side of Titans, getting a 4k. However, Mainu coming from spawn, getting 1.
Only 1 though, and that's sure that works out in the long run since they have the close spawns and they can do all this.
But that ult is really good.
But there it is. It's just getting one after another here. Yumito just going right to spawn with it. He's like, nah, you're going to Orisa. Gets the Orisa and then just backs up, you know, casually. That is strong, Yaki. That is strong. Grab in spawn as well. They are just putting all of it into the spawn camp. Though it's not paying off. And it does. Map 1 goes to Titans.
That was an interesting map, to say the least.
Yeah. And just as I expected, the Reaper Blossom.
I think that
was a very smart play by the Mercy to just pocket him going through with that Blossom. It's not very often you see that. But it's just to keep that Reaper alive.
Yeah. I think Quicksilver did a really good job of taking that aggression onto their Orisa, knowing that their double shield comp was not gonna go well because Ryan Zarya is just a brawl comp. You just kind of put a lot of damage into them, and them running that Junkrat Reaper and that Junk just in general was a lot for that double shield due to shield break. And I think that was a really good move on Titans coming out with a strong but really good, like, hey, we're better than you type of stuff. Like, I'm not saying that they're better, because I think both teams are, like, kind of like that dominance. That's the word I was looking for. Dominance. That really, like, that's that foot that says, hey, I think you guys should switch off type of stuff. Because that Junkrat was just purely dominant over that whole game. Like, that Junkrat got that starting 2 picks on the control center. That was really huge. Because that set, like, in motion what the rest of the map was going to be like, because that first point on control is really critical. As I talked about this before in another cast, that, like, you need to have that first point take to set in motion what the rest of the game is probably going to look like. You get that advantage, you get that space that you're given with that first control point, and Titans use that space extremely well, taking advantage over it, while Versus just kind of sat in their spawn with the space that they were given, which is their spawn on a chokehold. And I think that they should have just swapped off the Orisa comp from round one, because that just did not work. Looks over, and his off tank was just rolling through them. Like, it was insane. Like, I just think that was really good team play coming from Titans here. So
Agreed. That was a strong, like, spawn camp, especially at that very powerful choke. Even with one pick, even with a player down, they managed to swing the fight into their favor.
yep. I just purely agree that, like, that was an absolute, like, astounding play from Titans. Like, their coordination is insane. Like, I personally, like, adore, like, how they played. But Versus did have a rough start with their last game that they played, which was the first game of the season, correct? Or am I wrong about that?
Pardon?
I was saying that, like, Versus's game was their first game, like, their last game was their first game.
Generally, if it's their last game, it's not their first game. No, I'm just joking. But
That's okay. I was just asking if, like, their last game was their first game of the season.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, so they had a rough time versus Spartans, from what I remember. They had a really rough time, and it's just that their double shield comp is not the way to go from what I'm seeing, and they need to change that up, honestly. I just don't think that it's giving them value with like, they have to adapt, very much so. They have to really adapt to what they're doing. They have to really just, like, kind of like, just switch to what they're switching to, like, kind of counter switch or, like, mirror if possible, because what they're doing is that they're giving themselves a grave by running a double shield comp into a brawl comp, because we all know that brawl is very dominant in those two lineups, and it, like, you can win with double shield, of course, but that really takes your team communications to the test, and that really takes your mechanical skill to the test as well. And
The one place I find double shield works a lot better is maps like 2CP, Escort,
I agree.
and
I
Hybrid,
agree.
because those are the maps that you want a strong defense with more shields so you can protect more people. When it comes to control, unless you have that point swap first, which in this case they didn't in both times, it doesn't work out unless you have that point control first.
I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. However, we have Angelo coming in for Juju here. However, they are swapping roles, apparently, which is interesting, because I've only seen Juju play DPS from the last time I saw. But I've never really remembered playing Angelo in general. Which is really interesting, because I can't wait what they're gonna run here. However, Versus taking their time in discussing their...
Which is a good idea, especially after a strong smack like that. You definitely want to just think about it. Like, how am I going to rework this? How am I going to turn everything into a win for us? Especially on maps like Hanamura, where you have that really easy to take first point, but the second point is just the hardest thing ever.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
Swaps for Titans. Seems Titans are sticking with the same rules and same players.
I see.
What
Trying
does...
to...
that is correct, Shiva Academy fan. It is us casting, yes. Poggers.
Poggers.
Pog Frog, let's go.
Pog Frog. But honestly, I'm really excited to what both teams will run here. Double Shield is really prominent on this map, and I hope that Versus take advantage of the fact that Double Shield is really good here. However, Brawl is also good here, but only on second point. Or
See,
they could run
Brawl
a
is a
dive.
strong comp when put into a small area.
Agreed.
But when it's in a big open area like Hanamura first point, you're not going to get a lot of value out of that Brawl because you can get attacked from multiple different angles. You're not going to just charge your Reinhardt in there. It's not going to work. So you're going to try and play like dive or double shield in order to
Close
sort
that
of
space.
swing that fight and play a little more defensively, but still getting that aggression to go in and capture the point.
Mm-hmm. We have one ready check. Titans with that ready check and no swaps. Coming in here confident with their roster. Take Josh out. And Ali on DPS is a swap that Versus is giving us. Not, wait, that's Versus, yeah. Okay.
That is Versus. That is correct, yes. So, Ali in DPS. Spectate red only.
Two-lane on support is the swap that we have been given again from Versus.
Alright.
Versus
I
is
can
giving
definitely
a lot of
respect that.
swaps here. Two lanes near the bottom. There you go.
Ready check Uno is there.
Ready check.
Dose also
Is there? It took me a second.
We're starting 3, 2, 1.
Traveling to
I
Hanamura.
wonder what Versus is gonna do here with their lineup right now.
Initiating
Honestly,
launch.
I hope that they really come out strong here, and I really hope that they show us what they got. Because Spartans literally 3-0'd them last time, and it didn't really show us what capabilities they had, but they clearly did because they made a lot of good plays versus Spartans in the last cast. It was a really good match, and I would 100% go back and watch it if you're looking. But right now, in the present,
Ready or
both teams out on that Ryan Zarya comp. However, Versus on the Symmetra, trying to do a TP strat, thank God, with a Reaper Moira Bap. I really don't like the Bap pick. I never did like a Bap pick, honestly. I'd prefer Lucy over Bap in like 90% of my situations. But, however, Titans on the other side running that Ashe Junkrat on a Mercy, trying to get that pocket onto the Ashe and Junkrat, giving that a maximum amount of spam damage. However, Skyrat coming in with that little mine trap at the door to get that little
Personally,
sliver of damage.
I think On a Mercy is the most, like, the best sort of sense of healing right now. It gives the most healing in a general area, despite there being a lack of group healing.
Yeah,
So,
but with speed, you can push in easier. It's very easy to coordinate and very easy to just brawl with it.
however, watching this though, we see the Bat putting in a lot of work here, especially with the sim play. I think the reason they went sim is because you have that immortality field when you first break through, but it didn't work. It just gets shut down immediately. As Skyrat and Yamiro get all the picks here.
That's really
Cleaning it up, no problem.
Switching back to the Junkrat here, coming out from Versus. Moira gets picked off at an unfortunate stagger. A little bit of emoting, but you know. Versus taking an interesting approach to this push by going top, where normally a Widowmaker would sit in this chokehold right here. However, Ashe Dynamite coming out.
I can definitely understand the high ground pick because of the Junkrat spamming down main. However, I don't fully agree with it, personally.
Yeah, this doesn't... The Junkrat can just shoot in one spot and do all the damage and break shield.
And now even there it is! Skyrat! That first pick, right there. Just
coming in with a second. This DPS is just too much for Versus to handle. I'd honestly say they really need that Lucio to get past that spam. They probably really need it.
The thing is, right now though, their Lucio player is on DPS.
That is really unfortunate. Should always have a secondary support player.
See, now they're making a lot of swaps here, but they're losing a lot of that ult advantage. Now they're like, they don't have this. Well, they have possibly 2 ults compared to Titan's 5. Ooh, but Ali getting the clean double tap.
However,
Yamiro getting rezzed right after, but
Tyre comes out from Skyrock getting a double kill. That is absolutely massive.
And it's not looking good for Versus here.
It really isn't, honestly. However, their ult economy is starting to perk up with a little bit, holding those support ults until the very last minute. Shatter is online as we have Grab coming up from Versus, as both DPS ults are under 40% ult charge, which is a little bit concerning, knowing that they won't have those high damage DPS ults. And Quicksilver taking out Ali. Goodbye, Ali. Bob coming out from the middle here on the side of Titan.
I'm gonna quickly get a Bob POV. Well, as close as I can get to a Bob POV. Not Nano Bob. Oh, Bob's gone. That's not fun.
The Nano came out, but
a little late, if you ask me.
I think they gave it to the Bob.
Yeah, it was Nano Bob, but it came out late, so now they're down a Nano.
That's
But
really
they have both their tank ults. They've been definitely alternating their tank, their ult economy, and it's definitely been working out for them. However, they're gonna have to watch out.
Here, 80 now. Cole coming out from Versus here as they're trying their last ditch efforts to at least get past Choke and Matrix.
Ooh, Shatter gets blocked. Grab gets lobbed in. Able to get one, able to get multiple here. But another grab from Titans comes through. Versus able to push with very little time. Oh, just barely able to make it. And as they push into next point.
Really unfortunate for the side of Titans here. They just...
They had to give first point. But they know they know they can only push out one way.
Zarya is being switched off for the hog here after popping that grab, knowing that that grab last fight was probably just to switch, because he did not feel confident or he needed to switch to 2 to 2. However, versus mirroring that DPS spam that they're giving, that Titans is giving them.
Ooh, Zarya gets slept down main. Skyrat gets again. 1, 2. As Yamero gets the 3rd. Ali's looking to be staggered here. He is 4 HP. Not even. Let's see how much HP he has. Literal 1 HP clutch. The literal 1 HP clutch. Ooh. Ali able to survive on 1 HP. Then there he loses it.
They're just staggering themselves at this point. They might as well just jump off the map to reset. However, we got a little bit of problem here. We got a Moira by herself in bottom left, trying to get out, but I think she could make it out. Moira retrieving to her team.
They don't know this, but now would be their best time to attack. Both the supports were down for a second, and no one was able to heal that. Charlie, the score is 1-0 Titans at the moment.
However, Versus looking to take this approach to top right. However, this Ash spam coming up from that off angle is really key here to keep that pressure on. Bob comes out.
Ooh, Shatter gets blocked and Immortality Field put out, but Ali getting the first pick. Angel getting the Bob.
Rez gets cancelled because she pulls away with Valve. Unfortunately, Hog Nano comes out here. Just Nano, not Hoggle, just Nano.
Ooh, the massive hook. He would have gotten so much value, but it was not available to get the pick. They're really going to have to watch here. A single loss of life could cause them this fight. And just like that, Skyrat able to pull out and clutch out that fight.
With these massive tires, absolutely. Like,
they're gonna really have to pull this one through here. There's not much they can do.
Going back onto the Symmetra here from the Ash, with Callie switching onto the Symmetra, trying to get that TP in to at least.
It's a very good play because all the Titans are up down main. They have no idea where they're going. Support's back down to point just to get those picks. Try and get rid of those sentry turrets. As Zarya gets pushed off the map by Paleon and Yamiro gets bad juju.
Team does get split with a decision from a third, from half 50% of the team to go to point, and the other 50 stays on catwalk.
Finish.
That is really important.
That is a strong finish.
That is really unfortunate. However, Titans almost did have that full hold, being only to cap 1 tick. However, Versus does get that 49.3% of capture progress. Switching sides here, Titans will be starting on offense, and Versus will be on defense, trying to defend the first point with a little tiny bongo. I don't think that's tiny, but that's ready for battle. Both teams running out on the Ryan Zarya again, with both sides having a Mercy junk. However, 1 DPS and 1 support are both swapped for, I guess, their comp reasons. With Versus running on the BAP and Titans keeping the Ana, as both sides keep their respective support comps. However, Yumiro coming out with that Bastion.
Now, if you're me, you're excited to see Bastion. I know it's not a very popular pick, but now it's gone. You don't see it in these games very often unless it's the chef's special, so it's fun to cast Bastion.
Trying to get that starting pick for every fight with that Maywall. However, they are keeping the Genji Pharah here, both projectile DPS, not hit scan at all.
But that Pharah is definitely going to be an issue here. With Versus, the only hit scan they have at the moment is the Baptiste, and he's sitting off to the side. The best they can hope for is that Ali on this Mei gets a nice clean pick after the wall off. because now they know he's there. It'll be even harder to get those picks. See, there it is. Ooh, Lafuzi able to get the first pick. It gets rezzed and wall's wasted. As Quicksilver is able to just barely survive that barrage there. Not actual barrage, but...
Both trades coming out, both TPS are trading, however, Quicksilver getting another pick on the Lapuzi here. That's the off tank. Oh, barrage comes out from Mito. That's a little bit of an overkill, honestly. Quicksilver getting those 2 picks, that'll really help the team to engage a lot more. And them just taking first point here.
Get in there.
That was a really crucial pick from both sides, however they did trade with the spawn disadvantage coming from Versus. However, are you getting that pick onto getting those 2 picks? 3! That's massive. However, all 3 of them do have an early spawn. I'm switching onto the Twerling here from that. Hey. Shatter comes out killing the Mercy, however.
A massive shatter, but to no avail. As everyone on the side of Versus just falls. Immortality Field gets used. Dragon Blade. Everyone's coming from spawn. Nano Blade comes out, and that's cap point. Map 2 goes to Titans.
Take the map with a 2-0 lead.
Play of the game.
Yeah, this was the part where I was talking about where that 50-50 decision happened on both sides. However, I think Titans just handled it better with that 50-50 split decision. Honestly. That was a interesting game, however, Versus in a little bit of a pinch right now with this 2-0 disadvantage. They only need to win 1 map coming out from the sides of Titan.
PowerPoint the game. Fair enough. So we got a quick reset. PS4 as we wait for everyone to get ready.
Yes, sir.
Alright, seems like swaps go in. Micro and Wolf. Next is Ginger and Paleon. We wait for the side of Versus to inform me of the swaps.
Ginger coming in for PG. My apologies.
Paleon.
My apologies. However, Micro Cobra does come in for Wolf, which is interesting because their comp is working. I guess playtime matters.
Not to sound rude, but no. I feel it. I
Sparkle
feel it.
emoji. I love those sparkle emojis. I'd kill for those. Poggers. With this 2-0 lead with Titans, I think that they're gonna have this great big confidence to full send that shit and just go in. because that's what they've been doing for a while now, but I think they're just gonna commit a lot now that they have like this big confidence, like, hey, we got this shit in the bag. And like, I'm really excited to see what Versus is really gonna do here in this pinch that they're in. Like, I just think that it's gonna be really interesting to see what's gonna happen here. However, Quicksilver on this Reinhardt is really interesting, honestly. Like, I think that he's a really well mechanically gifted player. Like, he takes that space and that aggression that he was given, and he uses that to that fullest, enabling the rest of his team and his DPS players, which are the core of this team. Personally, I think is that DPS line. Like, I just think that DPS line is just killing off versus, literally killing off versus. But I think that Quicksilver on this Reinhardt is doing a lot, honestly. And interesting comment coming from Private here saying to put him in for Titans. And no, Megalol, I won't. But, we do have some swaps coming in left and right from both teams. So, can't wait to see what they're gonna do.
I'm still trying to figure out which one is being switched out for which. I'm not sure if... Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Okay, I cannot see anything here. I'm having a lot of difficulty.
It's okay, it's okay, I got it.
Where did I put my freaking glasses?
Can we swap out Angela for Josh?
That is what I did.
Okay. Did you on DPS?
For who?
I'm assuming Ali.
That would be my guess, but no one's explaining anything to me, and I'm dyslexic and I can't read.
And then Dean in for Wapusi.
Yep.
So I'll ask if this is correct. The Spider Queen is speaking.
Spider Queen is talking.
Spider
Arachne.
Queen is speaking. Yumiro coming in with those nice player icon swaps. Love to see it. Thank you. Very interesting to see those colors swap through. I guess I'll have to ping both team captains for a taking their sweet time. We do not have a map pick either, so that is also a problem.
Yes, that is a problem. Versus
We got some interesting conversations in the Twitch chat.
Ali and Juju. Alright. Ali and Juju.
They chose King's Row for
I'm
their
supposed
map.
to only accept from captains, but
Oh, that is true.
I'm pretty sure versus is the right way to go. Like, is the map. Yeah. Okay, so King's Row is the map. My brain shut off during that sentence, so.
It is all good.
None. Whoops. Turned all the maps on. I can't read. Lincolnwood, Hollywood. King's Row.
Then hybrid down below.
Yeah, I found it. Not that bad. Feels bad, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. We asked them if they want to do the King's Row Winter, or is that not allowed?
No, we have to do normal.
Oh. Got some interesting Twitch comments, to say the least. I'll grab the ready checks. Oh wait, did they already hit that ready check?
I'm asking for one.
Okay, we got one
Titans
ready
have
check.
the ready.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say that.
I like how you react that way, at least that way it knows.
Yeah, I always do that to give them like, hey, we saw this. Have to grab versus one more time. Versus Cleefy is typing. Get
All right,
that
ready.
last ready
We got the
check.
ready
Let's
check
go.
starting in 3, 2, 1.
Got some nice emote spam in the Twitch chat here.
I'll make it an emote only chat. I can and will. Do not test me. I'm just
Oh
joking.
no, I'm so scared. What shall I ever do? Emote chat, Monka.
Pog.
Hog you.
Alright, King's Row. Everyone loves King's Row. That's all I can really say about King's Row, because King's Row
I
is
think King's Row is the most overplayed map in all of Overwatch history. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Personally, I think it's one of the most overrated maps, but it is good.
Oh, true. I really like playing Kings only because of this, like, this first point area. I think this is the most fun to play on defense, honestly.
I think my favorite part of King's Row is Widow. That's it.
Ooh, this is an
And rated,
somewhat
I see it
interesting
in
comp from Titans. Got that. Oh, never mind. Oh, yep. Yep.
got
Yep,
the Bastion. Ooh, Bastion.
However, they are running a Orisa Sigma double shield with that Junkrat on a Mercy here for that nice spam damage.
And Bastion.
However, they do have a Widowmaker for that starting early pick, but I don't think that they're going to get that from the side of Versus, honestly. However, Reaper...
I think this is the most important character. I can't say. It's Bastion.
Those teams, that Mercy. Mercy is so key here in this event.
Ooh, the trap trigger. Widow's getting ready to take a shot. I'm gonna take Widow POV real quick. Mercy's not respecting that. Widow sightline's gonna get shot out for it, but doesn't die, actually survives it. As Yamito on the Bastion and Skyrat on the junk get that value. Widow's just hiding in the corner like, oh gosh, there's a Bastion there. Just gonna try and break the shield. Ooh, I heard a dink. I'm guessing that was onto the Sigma. No, that the Reaper just kind of looked at it though.
This comp is very poke heavy. However, Skyrat coming in with that starting pick, it's absolutely massive as the poke comes out. He misses though. Widowmaker side still trying to take those shots from afar.
Not getting a lot of value. Missing a lot of those shots, as chat said. However, able to pick off Skyrat. That's a massive pick, but the res comes out and everything's just reset now.
Joshua with that pick though on that body shot. Poggers! Skyrat
again getting value here.
I
As
honestly
Yumero
think
on the
that they should
Sebastian
just mirror. They can't do anything without mirroring, in all honesty. Tulane coming out with that res onto the Reinhardt here and getting that starting. However,
Skyrat goes down
and
again.
Joshua trading picks here. However, Skyrat does fall. However,
The res comes out into
time.
Skyrat.
This is taking their sweet time, trying to move and rotate. However, Titans know what they're doing because they're taking so long.
Ooh.
Skyra coming in with another pick onto the Widowmaker again, getting these picks, coming in from behind, trying to do that damage onto that Moira. However, that Moira's running.
It's just been consistent. Now, here's they're gonna have a lot of a problem. If they didn't get rid of Skyrat there, they would have been easily tired. And that is such an easy target to point, but
both Valks coming out from both sides. However, Cleve taking out the Valk with his own co. However, Dean getting 2. However, Yamiro coming out with a 2k onto with a Bastion here, thinking that he can save
but
the
not
point.
enough value as they slowly gap. They knew the Junkrat was up there. They're really gonna have to watch now.
He's just kind of sitting up there, he's just kind of vibing. However, Versus with the Shatter Grab coming online, with a Tire as well. Did not catch that. And Titan's coming out with this double shield with the Sigma Bongo. Tire Nano ult economy here. However, Skyra getting that pick onto that Widowmaker again. Skyra coming out with a Tire here, getting one. This is 2 massive picks. Widowmaker taking this
Skyrat able to consistently get these picks, and that's been an issue for Versus this entire time. The fact that they just allow Skyrat to just walk in with those tires and just smack them down. They able to get the res off. Yumiro able to take out Joshua. I'm gonna switch to Yumiro's POV. Able to take down Ali. Yumiro getting all these picks now. He's a deadly Widow.
There's a massive shatter coming out.
Ooh, but gets picked off for it.
Bongo coming out really late here. Flux coming out too. Thinking that they can change this, however, they probably won't be able to.
Ooh, able to get a pick off of that though. Not a bad pick. They are still able to get these shots. Like they're getting pulled back, but they were able to stall for how long there?
Maybe 20 seconds is good enough. However, they were just staggering themselves and getting picked off one by one, which is really unfortunate.
Joshua able to take out Yumiro, finally getting his value.
Yeah, taking him a little bit to warm up here. However, SR coming in with that nice res onto here, trying to keep that pressure still on. Finds a pick on a Joshua. A retire comes out from versus getting no value.
They know they have no one to contest this Widow right now. She's just chilling on the high ground where no one can get her. As Quicksilver just walks in with Nano and just says, "Hey, I'm gonna beat you." You were asked to commentate faster.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Pug.
Ball coming out here as the Widowmaker takes out his sights as well. Twitch trying to mirror that. Retire comes.
Shatter comes out, blocked by Bubble.
Yikes.
Skyrat loses his life, but Ginger able to take out one. Joshua able to take out his counterpart. The res comes in from the side of Versus. His two-line res is bad juju. And everyone's just coming back into the fight. Skyrat's behind them in the back line. Just got booped right up to the Widow, able to take her out. And as Quicksilver able to swing and get one. Massive anti-nade from the side of Titans. Micro on this Ana is just getting a lot of value here. Now we just see Joshua again able to take out his counterpart, but even with that first initial pick, they haven't been able to work off of it ever since they first got the pick. Yumiro was able to get rezzed. But again, that initial pick doesn't mean nothing if they can't act on it.
Agreed. Co coming out from versus here. However, Nano does come out from Spartans here, getting that massive 4K shatter. That is absolutely massive.
And the grab comes out as well. They're not really alternating their ultimates very well this time, but it seems to still be working out nonetheless. Ooh, just barely misses that fire strike kill.
My apologies, that was a 5K shatter. It's absolutely massive coming out from Crix over here. Doing so much on the Reinhardt, giving that space and that aggression that his team needs. However, Yamito taking care of his counterpart as always, as they both trade picks 24/7. Keeping that pressure on. As he stays struggle. Shatter comes out, only gets one here, however. He's kept alive by his support line.
Ooh, that's a pretty decent trap, trapping the Zarya in place as the Rhine just walks in swinging. Joshua able to take out his counterpart, but nonetheless, the revive comes in and everyone just resets. There's nothing they can do at this point. They just have to regroup. Lucky for them, it's not a hard regroup.
Val comes out to save herself, which is an interesting way of life, but I guess it works after all. If her team plays aggressive with the Val. But, however, Joshua takes her out of the sky. Unfortunately, however, Tyre does only get immortal. As Joshua is taking this off angle here, as Dean gets that pick on the sky route, however, Yamito taking the trade with that pick. Massive anti-grab comes out. Shatter comes out. There's a lot of ults coming out from both sides here, but whoever being dominant will take this point. Quicksilver coming with the comeback here. I don't think he can last it.
Now they're moving in on this overtime, and now you think, why would they go about doing this? Why would they allow OT? Micro has nano. They could have easily nanoed at the start. As Genji comes in, misses a few shurikens. And Lucio as well from Tulang getting that group healing with the Baptiste, but Ginger able to take out the tower. Bad Juju back on the ball. Yamato able to take out one. And they're slowly swinging this fight. The Titans are slowly swinging this. One after another, they lose people. They're able to take out the Lucio. The last one left on point is the ball. And ball, no adaptive shields, is just dead.
I think that was a really good hold from Titans, honestly. Coming back with that DPS, that stall potential that they needed. I think it was a really good hold with their DPS mechanics coming out from both sides. However, Versus did push Cart very far, as a matter of fact. And it was interesting, because I thought that they're low-key they were going to get out first point with that Bastion comp. And it was just really interesting to see them come out on top on that first point and second point, capping both. But, yeah.
Very strong hold, even though they were able to get 3 ticks. They knew what they were doing.
Of course.
Ready for battle.
As we get a view of first point here on this nice different area, we see a Hanzo and a Widow.
Versus taking a double sniper comp here with that projectile hit scan duo with that Ryan Zarya Widowmaker Hanzo Mercy Baptiste. That's a very strong comp for kind of like bunkerish holds, I guess, with that nice pressure that they give. However, Titans have a different answer with their
Ooh, it's a nice first shot.
Starting pick on a Yamito.
Ooh, another one. I'm just spectating Joshua here, getting all these picks here, and just watching him just flick these shots as Yamito comes over with the counter. Able to take out one. They're down there Mercy, but a Mercy for a Widow. Ali on this Hanzo getting a little bit of value, getting a lot of value, then gets taken out by the Genji. So we all know how that should have actually went.
Just inflicting this pressure onto the support line, forcing them to use resources as they try to stabilize with the unfortunate amount of damage.
Ooh, Yamito gets one pick.
Here.
Joshua paying attention to his counterpart while also watching the main back support line. They lose one, they lose two,
Both
but
teams are trading kills here. However,
they're still getting a lot of... Titans here still getting a lot of value despite being further there.
Titans stay on top here as Versus do have a spawn disadvantage with Titans with a spawn advantage. Titans taking first point here.
In the end, it's a Titans first point capture with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Window coming out from Versus, an interesting window as it gets zero value. Coming out with that pick
strong flick shot there. That was
Versus
a
being forced to
masterful
back up
shot.
with their loss of DPS. Nano comes out, the Nano Blade comes out, trying to finish this off. However, Grab does come out. That's a lot of ults coming out from both sides here. Trying to get that Grab Dragon combo off. However, only solos out one. Shatter coming out, getting it. 3 as a matter of fact. So massive. Lights coming out from the middle. So he's looking to get those little tiny picks that matter the most. However, Versus does stand their ground.
Ooh, Ali with a nice shot onto Yumero there. As we're watching both perspectives, you see that Titans are a little hesitant to go in because they know that Hanzo is going to put out a lot of damage with that damage boost. But now with the Valkyrie as well, that just got used, and the massive grab. No combo, but able to get one pick off with it, 2 picks actually, and gets countered though. 1 pick, one for one, 2 for one, 2 for 2. Everyone's getting rezzed here. You see one person get rezzed. Yumero comes back on that Tracer, but Ginger on this Zarya is still getting a lot of value done.
Yeah, Titans coming out with a strong push here. That was really interesting seeing how both ults came out and both teams had a lot of trading kills here. However, Titans always does stand on top because Versus just cannot lock down that potential that they are giving themselves with those picks and that space. Versus regrouping now as they're waiting for their Zarya and Mercy to come back to the fight. However, they do have to touch. But Versus coming out with a shatter, getting slapped. However, Quicksilver with a bigger shatter than ever. That was just a cleanup with a follow-up.
The combination of the ults that are being used, they use Nano, Valkyrie, Pulse Bomb, and Shatter all in that fight. All they have right now is going to be Grav Blade, which arguably is a really strong combo if you know how to use it right and know how to put a lot of damage in. Whereas Versus here get that strong Grav Amp Matrix. It's going to be a lot of damage, but Micro Cobra able to pick off one. Genji Blade comes out with no assistance. He's just slicing through 2. He gets 2 picks, but they're still able to push right through. No worries whatsoever. As Quicksilver comes up and starts smacking things, as I get a quick look at the payload and how it looks from the front, I guess. Oh, the blade shut down. I don't know what the attempt there was.
Last ditch effort. However, coming onto that sleep with the Mercy. Mercy will go down here. Possibly Grab comes out from Versus. You're getting as Matrix.
Ooh, that's a massive ante. But Ali with the 3K.
4K. Okay, Ali. Period.
I see you. Joshua
Yeah.
comes back on the Hanzo as everyone gets reset as Ginger jumps off the map as well.
Ali just locking that in with that Amp Matrix, giving her team a little bit more time to stall this out before the real battle comes or the overtime hits. Versus in a little bit of a pinch right now. This is the last push that Titans have to make before it is truly all over. However, I have hope for Versus here. I truly have hope for her. Dean coming down to low HP, however.
Yumero getting those massive value and the massive shatter from Quicksilver. Absolutely humongous. Gets a grab and gets a double kill pin. That's
second
it.
thought-
That is a team kill. That is game. And that is map 3 to Titans.
I kind of jinxed them by saying I'd hope in them. Might be.
That was a strong
Um,
caster's curse, yeah.
I literally had so much hope in them because Ali popped and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, let's talk about the MVP and their honorable mentions. Honestly, I think either Skyrat or Quicksilver really deserves that MVP because Quicksilver with that aggression, always taking that space that he was given to him, making sure that his team follows him and he follows through and he gets massive shatters almost every single fight, giving those shatters that follow up with his team as well. But Skyrat getting always those picks on that first map on Lijiang, that was absolutely insane, and goes with those tires on a Hanamura. And this point, Skyrat on that Genji got a lot of picks and was like really good with the blades. However, I think Quicksilver just did a lot more than him as a tank. And honestly, I think Quicksilver deserves MVP here.
I would have to agree with you. It was a very strong tank play. You could see the pressure, the amount of pressure they were putting in with the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Quicksilver and Arc at the last point just went in. There was no
Hesitation.
oh, maybe they'll shatter our backline. No, he just went because he knew he had the pressure and they knew they could combo that grab and charge and get double kills. It was a very well done play there. Honorable mention, I'd have to say, would go to Skyrat for that amazing Junkrat play throughout the series. Throughout every map there, it was always a 2K tire, a 3K tire. And yeah, strong play there. And
for the side of versus, I think Ali should get that honorable mention, honestly, or Joshua, one of the two. Both of them were really strong throughout these maps that they played, and they always were very consistent no matter what they did. But personally,
I would
think
have
Ali
to
just
go with
proved herself.
Ali, since
Yeah, I agree.
Ali had that strong hold. He single-handedly won that last fight. Despite it being a loss, he almost brought it into overtime to make it a round 3. That's a very strong thing to do, especially with that, just with Amp Matrix by himself against a 6 stack. That is very important to note. So I would honestly have to go with Ali.
I agree, wholeheartedly agree. This match was really interesting to say the least, but it was very dominant on the side of Titans. However, versus making their good plays as always. I will announce the MVPs and not MVPs, MVP and honorable mention in the chat, of course. And that's it. Thank you for casting with me, good sir.
That was great. And thank you all for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful day.